Hello there, Riderflex Nation. Steve Urban here with more career advice and job interviewing tips for you. And as a quick reminder, if you enjoy our podcast, please remember to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes. And on today's podcast, when is the best time to send that thank you note? Should you send it right after the interview, the next day, the next week? Lots of debate on this, lots of opinions on it. Here's my opinion on when to send a thank you note. Usually I would send it the next day. I definitely wouldn't send it the same day, and you don't want to let too much time pass as well. So normally I would send it the next day at some point. Now, if you interviewed on Friday, would I send it on Saturday or Sunday? No. And in fact, I probably wouldn't even send it on Monday because Mondays are crappy and everybody's super busy and everybody's getting tons of email. I'd probably send it on Tuesday. So normally I would send a thank you note the next day, but if you interviewed on Friday, I'd wait and send it Tuesday. Now, on this topic, I want to mention a few other things about thank you notes. Pretty sure we've done podcasts on thank you notes in general already, but a few key reminders about thank you notes. Number one, compliment your interviewer. Say something like, super grateful to meet you. What a great interview. Great questions. I don't know, something. Do something to stroke their ego and compliment them and or the company in your thank you note. That's number one. Number two, remind them of the job you're applying for. Don't assume they remember. Most recruiters and a lot of employers have tons of job openings and they're all working on a million things. So remind them, hey, it's me, Johnny. I applied for the director of marketing role. So remind them. In fact, I would include, if you can, a link to the job posting. You might say, hey, it's me, Johnny. Thank you so much for the interview yesterday. Great to meet you. By the way, awesome questions. Really appreciated you sharing all the information about the company with me. Here's a link as a reminder to the job that I applied for. And then I would also include just a couple more things. Include an attached resume, even though they already have it. Just attach your resume again so that it's with the email. In the body of your thank you note, include a link to your LinkedIn profile. And of course, make sure your cell phone number and email are easily identifiable in the body of the email. Okay. Now, I know a lot of these things seem like no-brainers, and you're probably saying, well, doesn't the recruiter have all this? If there's one thing in my life I've learned after managing people for 30 years, most people aren't that organized. So just assume the person you're sending the note to isn't super organized. So that's why you're giving them another copy of your resume. That's why you're reminding them of the job you applied for, and you're putting the link to the job posting in the body of your email. That's why you're including a link to their LinkedIn profile, because you want all of that stuff to be right there in front of them, and you're kind of reminding them just in case they're not organized. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day. We truly hope you find our material helpful and entertaining. And while our podcast can be heard across most platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud, you can become a supporter of this podcast by visiting our show on the platform Anchor FM. That's anchor.fm/Riderflex. You can also send us your questions or suggested topics for future episodes to the email address podcast@riderflex.com, or drop us a voicemail at 888-964-5876, extension 710. Visit riderflex.com to learn more about us. Thanks so much for listening, folks, and have a great day.